Hello! Oh, apparently all my settings are all jacked up and I didn't even check them ahead of time. Go me. I am a genius. Hello. I have been away for a while. About a month I've been gone. I'm back. Hello. I have returned. I have returned to play the video games. Hopefully I can keep a little bit more of a schedule. Yeah, apologies for not streaming to a regular schedule. My life has been a nightmare. So, I'm not going to get into it, but I am going to play some video games. I intend to stream both today and tomorrow, and probably Saturday, and then we'll get back on our regular schedule after that. My beard needs a trim. It's really just becoming monstrous. We are playing. Please work. It didn't work. Nothing works. Why didn't that work? Ah, there it goes. Hooked on You. A Dead by Daylight dating sim. Hello, Gooblin. Welcome to the chat. I have not played this game. I know very little about this game other than that it's Dead by Daylight related, which is enough for me. I'm gonna move my hair out of my face. Which is enough for me to be interested. If it is a kind of like short game and there's still some more streaming we want to do, have something else lined up, but I say we just get right into it. New game. As you can see, I have no file. What shall you call me? Call me Dicey. Why not? This game could be super long. I genuinely have no idea. If it is, we might make multiple streams out of it. Who knows? Or on a beach. Cough, cough, cough. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you've nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from, or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Cough, cough. Wow, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute, or can I go on? Because I can give you a minute. We got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Whoa, not now, Ocean. Sorry, Dicey. May I continue? Please go on. Okay then, as I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. Ah! A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit, a stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? Run. You turn away from this wretched sight and begin to run, but the beach, it's endless. Despite how far you run, you get nowhere. Exhausted, you stop and look behind you, your footsteps erased by soft blue waves. You turn inland, considering your lack of options. You've got no choice but to walk into the brush. However, the beauty of this beach is not shared by the darkness of the palmy woods before you. There's nothing inviting about that shadowy forest. Terror freezes you with your steps. Why are you trying to run away? This is paradise! You're here to enjoy yourself, don't you know? Have a little bit of fun, take charge of your experience. Well, that was sure weird, that voice again. Do oceans normally talk? Your memory isn't right, but you're pretty sure you remember learning as a child that oceans do not speak directly to people in spooky terms. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation, as you feel something soft bump into your foot. It's a volleyball! With the hand on it, too. It looks like fucking Wilson. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls out from behind you. Little help, please? You turn around, and when you see what's waiting for you, your jaw just about hits the ground. That's who I want to date. Big, strong lady. Oh, it's all of them! He's so big. 4 gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. I'm glad it's well-tended. That's important. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed... Let's call them killers, I don't know. Not to be judgmental, that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at this monstrous line of, well, literal monsters. Sexy-ass monsters, though. What do you do? Toss it back! Hell yeah, let's play some volleyball. You bend down, grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. You give the ball a toss. It arcs beautifully through the air. Oh, this music is bumping. Arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in Huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. You look her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Maybe a little sweaty, but that's okay. It's natural. Try hard much? What? They're speaking directly to you, but you can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. Ah! Wow, thank you for the sub, Triforce of Bruce. Welcome back. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Dicey. You were made for this. Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all gonna work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. It seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. How's everyone doing tonight? So far, so good. Work was a disaster, but I'm here now and I'm playing the video games. You derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? That was Wraith. The sigh means he was done with the game, too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill them or not? You know you can't. At least not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey Dice, you might want to know, say something? Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has questions for you. Be warned, answer quickly and answer well. This is a timed quiz, and it will be very important later. Very important. Or not important in any way whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember. How attractive would you say you are? Oh, God. Average. Pretty average, I think. Just another face in the crowd. Another normal, meaningless life in an endless cycle. I think you're quite cute myself, like a chipmunk or a grizzly bear. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Flight. I think about that one a lot, actually. Technically, I suppose I can fly. Honestly, it's not all that it's cracked up to be. As far as I go, I'm still not where I want to be. What was your best subject in school? Math. Probably math. It's the only thing that makes sense when you think about it. What's your favorite animal? Definitely a cat. Why is everyone looking at me? You think because I'm the typical cute goth girl, I have some specific love of all things cats, and more specifically black cats? Well, I do, but you can all go to hell anyway. What's your favorite color? Blue, blood red, 3-day-old corpse. Aww, I guess I'll go red. Some call it the color of love, but love is just another word for pain. What's your dream job? Not working at all. Yeah. If we get to do what we really want, why work at all? It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder. Only she could spin laziness into some kind of grand crusade, these damn millennials. Best flavor of ice cream. Vanilla. Vanilla? My favorite flavor is pain! Same. Same here. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived myself, but enough about ice cream, am I right? Hold on a second, this reminds me. I am right, always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. We're teaching lessons now, narrator, you rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Fuck you, narrator. I won't follow the rules. The best flavor is vanilla. You got a reading comprehension problem? I just told you mint chip is where it's at. You almost bought yourself a game over there, buddy. That's right, I can end your life whenever I want to. I'm in control. Don't you forget it. If I say you like mint chip, you like mint chip. Try it again. What's the best flavor of ice cream? A rebel, eh? Not in my dating sim. You have to understand, it feels very good to end someone else's game. You should try it sometime. I did it. I'm good at video game. I'm the best at the video game. Oh, I gotta redo the whole volleyball game? Blitz through it real quick. Average. Flight. Math. Cat. Red. Not working. Vanilla. Then he gets butthurt, so I have to pick mint chip. Best flavor is mint chip, even though it's freaking terrible. Why would I want to eat chocolate toothpaste? So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, and strongest person on this whole island. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Wraith. Hi, I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe big dumb idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose just to not take part. I picked the wrong voice. She's way more like, emo than I thought. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Wow, it is almost like that. It is almost like the unfairness of a capitalist society was the reason for her death. Wow! Oh no, wait, I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. Yeah, it is. Her dad was in so much debt over her college tuition that he killed her. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let those bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Wow, I'm already like foot in the door on Huntress, which is great. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow up, body. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Ew, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on. Otherwise, they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. Wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's the massive boat docked nearby. I'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him. He hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth and the way it's flaunted needlessly and the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out at right here. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? Fuck it, let's play volleyball. That looked really fun. I want to play volleyball. I hate that I interrupted your game. You should finish it. Yay! I love to play outdoors. I also love to meet new people. I also love to bring them home to play. I'm sort of a big kid at heart. Obviously you are too. I like you already. I hate people who are too serious. They ruin everything. Well, they do if you don't handle them swiftly. Hold on, Claudette and Dwight. For just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. God, why did they make them hot too? Dwight's supposed to be like a dweebus. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderer's Island. Cue dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Look at his little shorts. They need to put these outfits in Dead by Daylight. Hence why we shall heretofore refer to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked here a long time, so very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they are vibrating with a nervous energy that's starting to give me the creeps. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you could do is allow us to do our job. The most you could do is help us get off this island. Dwight! Yes, pardon me. Follow us. Hey, narrator? Yes, something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight, did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape? Them? No. I think you're mistaken. It seemed like Dwight was asking for help to get off this island, though. Oh, right, that. Yes, that's true, he was. But he just meant he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway, a couple miles south of here. It has much fancier accommodations than this island. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm this island has, though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. Time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter, mostly. When I agree with them. Not like that other island. So what'll it be? Volleyball! Wow, it's so exciting to have someone else into athletics on the island. Spirit and Wraith are so boring, and Trapper is so predictable, relying on brute strength to win games. He has no respect at all for grace and skill. Thank goodness you didn't choose the yacht. What kind of person wants to be a sitting duck in the middle of that open ocean? You're just asking for a sneak attack from an elk. Wondered how long it would take for her to bring up an elk attack. Game's starting up again. Make sure you're watching close. She's really something, huh? Elk don't swim. Live in the forest long enough and you'll see an elk swim, believe you me. Cheer for me, cute stuff? The killers resumed their place on the volleyball court and resumed the match they were playing before you arrived. Hey, fancy a lemonade? I see you working up a thirst, eyeing those bouncing buns playing volleyball. Is Claudette calling me thirsty? Claudette hands you your lemonade. Ooh, so fresh, so tart. She leans in and whispers in your ear. Who would you bet on to win? Who's the MVP of your little heart? You're nervous. You don't want any of these killers to hear you talking about them. Or not talking about them, if they're into that sort of thing. Just pick someone, please. It's not like we've got all day, night, week, month, year, lifetime, eternity, or anything. Who put sand in that guy's shorts? Sheesh. Okay, I think, it's gotta be the strong one. Huntress? It's such a difficult decision for me, though, because it's like, do I pick the strong buff lady, or do I pick the goth lady? I'm gonna go with the strong one, at least this time. Huntress? Oh shoot, Huntress overheard you. Oh, you got your eye on me? I'm flattered you think I'm good, but honestly, I'm a little annoyed I've been so flashy with my moves. Usually I'm so sneaky you can barely see me at all. Bro, you sing constantly. You are, like, so not sneaky. Huntress is totally kicking my butt. Correct answer. I'm allowed to support the other people on this island, right? Oh, jeez, I have no idea what the rules are here. Are there even rules? I should have stayed in my secret Larry. Secret Larry. Wow, what a game. It's a tie. Can there even be a tie in volleyball? No one knows, since it's everyone's first time playing. These killers don't usually have time for team sports amid their busy schedule of brutally tearing survivors to threads. Hey, is Claudette crying? Are you okay, Claudette? Probably just shedding a tear for her lost fellow survivors. You know, this resort had 4 employees when it opened. It's nothing. I'm totally fine. Whatever you say, boss. Oh look, the killers have dispersed and are all cooling down in their own way. Spirit is reading a novel, Trapper is stretching sensually between chainsaw curls, Wraith is standing on the beach desperately hoping that the sand will swallow him up, and Huntress is doing some target practice with her bloodied hatchet. You feel a nudge. Dwight is looking at you expectantly. You should really make a move. Life is short, you could get snuffed out at any time of day. Carpe diem, carpe PM, carpe nowum. Go ahead, chat one of them up. Which killer caught your eye? It's Huntress every time. You head over to Huntress. After all, this whole sporty hangout thing was her idea. Might as well see how she's doing. You were really great out there. Where'd you learn to move like that? Whose moves? My moves? These moves? They're nothing. Huntress blushes a bit from beneath her mask. It's cute on cute, if you ask me. Sometimes you gotta look past some bloodstains. A lot of men have run for their lives in my presence. You really learn a lot about the human body is capable of in those types of scenarios. I love to exercise. In a way, we're all running for our lives when we keep in shape. I guess I never thought of fitness that way. No, me neither. You're literally running for your life. Maybe it's time to start. You never know who's coming for you through the brush, as fast as they can, propelled by hunger, desperation, or just plain old boredom. Doesn't seem like boredom is going to be your problem, surrounded by all these characters. Survival, on the other hand. You are going to need to compensate for your lack of killer instinct. What's your style? I'm going to say imagination. What I lack in fitness, I try to make up for in imagination. I like to make up little games for myself to play. My imagination is very vivid. I can imagine the two of us panting, sweating, our clothes torn. I'm with you. Our hands gripping the sheer face of Cliff's rock wall as we climb. Not exactly where I was going, but sure. Up to a cavern entrance, a dark cave, slick with dew, shimmering in moonlight. I'm back with you. A pack of wolves await us there. Friends? Enemies? Dinner? We look into each other's eyes, and back at the wolves, and together, we all howl. Howl! Sure sounds exciting. My blood is pumping just thinking about it. Come on, everyone, the fun games can't be over already. I get it. Volleyball, not ruthless enough. Look at us, we crave action. We crave excitement. We crave the thrill of the hunt. It's time to see if our friend here has the hunter's instinct. I saw you surveying me like prey on the volleyball court, Dicey. Huntress waves a bloody axe in the air and you step back nervously before you realize she's not waving it at you. She's handing it to you. Don't worry, I've got several of these. It's important to hone your skills, especially when you're in a new place where threats may lurk around every corner. You need to make sure that you are the biggest threat of all. Just don't aim those things at me. You can't even see them. Minigames consist of 2 parts. On top, a pointer, which rotates in a clockwise direction. And on the bottom, the target you're going to be pointing at. It's the fucking generator skill checks. Sometimes the target is immediately visible, sometimes it's hidden until the pointer arrives. Press the spacebar to stop the pointer over the target to win. To achieve a perfect success, land on the start of the target area, not the end. Ready to play, or would you like me to repeat that? Ready. There we go, show 'em what you got. I'm perfect. Oh god, there's more. Oh, I missed. You missed completely. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Oh, perfect. I'm impressed. A worthy opponent. I mean, could have been better, but who's keeping score? For the record, I am. You got 8 points. Hatchet throwing? Cool, I guess. I like my stabbing to be a little bit more up close and personal. Somewhere a loud horn blows and the survivors snap into action. Time's up. You heard him. Get to the next activity. Seems like the next activity is mealtime? How quaint. You were expecting what? Capture the flag? You know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. And oh great, terrific, it seems everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. There he is. Oh yeah, Trickster's here. Surprised? Yeah, well, they don't call him Expected Stir. I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers, and my whole shtick gets a little flustered. Hey there, looking good, Dicey. Real good. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big, they cannot fit at a table if they sit side by side. Look at this, we can't even fit everyone on the screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It was intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Alright. Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them will sit opposite. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous, sexy arms. Now that everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. Bro, we got KFC! My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which you'd know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing the facts, and you need to murder something to eat its meat, so that's, like, technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping, let's eat. Hey Dicey, you think what I'm thinking? It's gonna be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps? I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know? If you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours. And we do literally everything on this island. Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal. Wow, he's right for a change. Because I am, with my broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. Ugh, you two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough. Grow up. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obs. The hell it is. Well, I'll show you both my katana. I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like. Please stop. I hate when we fight, or talk, or even look each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azarov. Great. Instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean, dinner. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 straight hours. And it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, it'll take even longer cleaning their weapon, while explaining the value in maintaining your tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they are always terrified of tetanus. Why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold. He hated it when it got cold. Here's a machete freshly sharpened. Minigames consist of 2 parts. Yeah, No, I got the... I get how minigames work. Fuck him up, Felix. I'm perfect. I'm perfect. So perfect. So perfect. Shit. Flawless. That was possibly the sexiest thing I've ever seen that didn't involve a dismemberment. Maybe we should skip dinner. Settle down. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. And remember, Dicey, don't show all your cards just yet. You don't want them to expect anything. Dinner is finally served. For real. Sounds, especially coming from the masked killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them. Nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to be really embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean, come on, we're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting their masks. This is only 99% as disgusting as it could be if they just tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? 2 best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it, Dicey. Number 2 is no number 2. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in the spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? Do you think I don't think my digestive tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. Even worse, they're staring at you. You're not eating, and they don't like that. I think they want an explanation why. What do you want to tell them? Look at that seagull. Wow, you ever see a seagull that big? I haven't. That's incredible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Lame misdirect. Yeah, she's right, Dicey. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Didn't you wash up on this island with no memory of who you are and how you got here? Yes, you did. Poor thing. You have no idea the last time you ate a real meal, and you're standing in the sun. But the seagull... Uh-oh. He made a lot of good points. I swear... You're beginning to feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive here. Either that or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Well, whatever the answer, you're gonna pass out. Oh hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator. The ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. Oh, excuse me. No one can tell you. Not unless you follow the right path. Or at least, a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something worse. There's like a skunk that did a spray outside, and it's nasty. Starting scene's over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? I feel called out. But this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. Vague. Mysterious. Gotta give it up to this Ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. Hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It is in your best interest to make more choices that I like. For the choices that might be yours to make, they're mine to reward. I think the Ocean is the entity. You wake to find Huntress holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Wow, I was role-playing. Oh good, you're okay. Sometimes when I try to care for people, they have a way of ending up less alive than when I started. Which would be a total bummer if that happened to you. It's been so long since I had a normal, happy, healthy living person around. Usually I'm just falling into the same old routine of smashing everyone's heads open with a hatchet before I really get to know who they are as a person. But you're not nearly as scared or too busy writhing in pain to see me for me. You feel nervous in her arms. Not because they're maybe crushing you a little bit, but because she's beautiful. Yes, beautiful. But I was just gonna narrate that fact, not, say it out loud as a single word like some creep. Beautiful mask. Your bunny mask. It's quite gorgeous. Nice recovery, but now that you're awake and talking, you gotta keep this up. Did you make it yourself? You're the first person to ever ask me that. Yes, I did. You seem so quirky and cool. You could do anything. Own an Etsy store, be a doctor. Why is it that you kill people? Huntress sighs. You can practically see the memories flickering across her eyes, but she hasn't tried to kill you yet, so that's a good sign. It's all I was ever taught to do as a young girl, so I thought it was right. Even through the mask, you can see Huntress blushing a bit. Your line of questioning has made her nervous. Hey, you didn't eat much at dinner. Want a snack? She offers you jerky. Probably human jerky, but her spice game is on point, because it smells damn good. I will accept. When on Murderer's Island, you might as well eat as the killers do. Plus, you really are hungry, and you can chow down on jerky sensually, right? I'd love some. After a moment of quiet chewing on what you choose to believe is not human thigh meat, you decide to be bold and ask another question. Have you ever been in a relationship before? Dang, you're really going there? You do not play around. Huntress takes a moment to think deeply before answering. I must say, it's quite amusing to see this hulking bombshell get all twisted up with these personal questions. Kudos to you. There was this one deer who looked at me quite provocatively in a clearing once, but that doesn't count, does it? You hear the faintest giggles bubble out from behind Huntress's mask. You're cute, Huntress. No, it does not count. What's this? You found something in the sand. Huntress reaches down to pick it up. It's a hair clip, probably left by some little girl who was playing on the beach a long time ago, and who is definitely still alive and not at all dead. Huntress closes the bag of jerky with the hair clip. Seems like she's a little mixed up on how this particular item works. Should you go with the flow, or show off your knowledge of advanced humaning? Go with the flow. Huntress is admittedly a little scary. Might be best not to correct her at this moment. What if she gets upset? She could probably kill you with nothing more than this very clip itself, wielded as a blade in her nimble fingers. But honestly, would she even need the clip? Certainly her bare hands are enough to get the job done. Take a gulp, thinking about just how fragile your puny neck is. Also, between the fainting, human jerky, the probably dead girl's hair clip, you're feeling ready to get back to the group and have a lie down. Good thinking. Wouldn't want that jerky to dry out. I hate to break this to you, but never mind. Oh, I made the wrong choice, it looks like. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you. Quickly spin around, ready to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on this strange island. Only to find it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand. They're waving in the air above their heads. It's very important we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not a part of this evening's activities. That's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for what comes after the flirting. Go, 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 go. Oh, my viewers jumped up. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the stream. Once everyone is gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means we're behind on time for some evening activities. We have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just one story? But story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh great, we have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry, I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry everyone, I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before, even though it's taking some of the pressure off me, which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule even once? Damn it, Donald, if you're trying to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick and I'll drown you in his blood, Cynthia. Fuss and muss are back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and dice. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. We still gotta get started on story time, so... Dicey, who do you think should go? Damn it, that's a name. Please pick somebody quickly so this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. It's gonna be Huntress every time. I choose you, Huntress. Whoa, 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 whoa. This entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with catchphrases, will ya? Huntress steps up to tell her story. The campfire flickers in her faraway eyes. There is a village outside the deep and ominous redwood. No child dared step foot past the threshold of thick trees and brush that separated safety from the unknown. Grown men that ventured in would often never return, and the sounds that echoed out to the village were something inhuman. The women of the town told a story to the young children, hoping that it would be enough to dissuade them from curious exploration beyond the boundaries of the village. They told of a creature that lurks in the woods, half woman, half beast, singing like a siren, haunting, beautiful, her voice the last relic of her humanity. It lulls all who hear her into her domain. And not precocious child nor fierce soldier can escape once you are in her clutches. Those who have seen her says she wears a mask of hair stained with the blood of so many poor souls. The hatchet she wields has been brought down brutally on the skull of many unsuspecting hunter. The nightmare doesn't end there, for what's a hungry beast to do in the frigid winters with nothing but hunter meat to live off of? It is said that the Huntress, as the villagers called her, couldn't bring herself to kill the young girls she came across in the forest. Instead, they'd suffer an even worse fate. Longing for a child of her own, she'd bring them back to her secluded cabin to keep them safe. She'd wrap a tight cord of rope around their necks and affix them to the wall. That way, they'd be warm. That way, they'd be out of harm's way. The Huntress would even bring the girls presents, toys she pilfered from other bodies, masks she fashioned out of things from the cottage, and little dolls made of grass and twigs. But these toys did nothing to quell the children's fear. Within days, the girls would waste away from starvation and dehydration. For all her good intentions, the Huntress never learned to care for a human child. You see a tear creep down from underneath the huntress's mask. Suddenly, the most beautiful singing voice you've ever heard fills the air. Sleep, my darling tiny one, tucked within your bed so tight, else the old gray wolf will come and grab you by your side. Wow, this is actually the, so the tune that she hums in Dead by Daylight is a Russian poem. This is the poem translated into English. Because I've done research on it. This is actually the real poem. There's a brief moment of silence, and you feel the need to contribute to this stirring moment. Join in singing. He'll snatch you up between his teeth if on the bed's edge you sleep, and drag you to the forest deep beneath the quaking tree. The huntress can't believe you know this song. You share an intimate glance across the campfire. So close your eyes and fall asleep. Count the little woolly sheep, tucked so tightly you must keep, or he will come for you. Also, leave it to a Russian lullaby instead of being like, oh, cute, fell asleep, to be like, go to sleep or the wolf will fucking eat you. Go to sleep or you're gonna die. The song ends and you are both met with silence around the campfire. I love that song, Bayu Bayushka, the old Soviet lullaby, right? It is the song my mother used to sing to me before bed every night. But now I must go. The memories, they are too much. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves. You're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He does not wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You'll just have to find me. Come find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Huntress approaches you. Of course you liked my story. Who wouldn't? It had everything. Cute kids, dead men, a huntress. I find that all stories are better with the sound of a burning fire filling the air around you. All the smoke, however, I could do without. I would rather eat barbecue than smell like it. Let's rinse off all that campfire with a dip in the hot tub. Yeah. Dipping in hot tubs with the huntress? You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her and offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. You and your storyteller friend slip in the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. Before you run off, I wanted to make something clear. You know that half-woman, half-beast I was talking about in my story? That's me. I'm her. How cool. No way, how cool. That's really awesome. Thanks for being vulnerable and telling such a personal story. Huntress faux shyly twirls her hair. Tell the truth, what did you think of my tale? Do I have the markings of a best-selling author, such as the comedic mastermind Dostoevsky? It was a really well-told narrative, clear beginning, middle, and end, riveted from the start. Plus the woman in the forest, I mean, you are clearly not a true villain, just a traumatized child. Okay, now you're just being a suck-up. Huntress's eyes leer at you from behind her mask. She's had her time in the spotlight and is playing coy now. Call out her tired storytelling and chuckle awkwardly. Why are you laughing? I can't help but to giggle when I'm both about to die and also maybe falling in love. Can't believe how awkward this intimidating woman seems right now. It's actually pretty endearing. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly, despite your steamy company. It's a little chilly and your bare shoulders must be freezing. Let's head back to the fire and put me to bed, huh? We hate to intrude on whatever smooth moves were about to unveil themselves, but it's time for bed. Usually nighttime is when I do my best hunting. But after a day like today, even I'm pretty tuckered out. Will I see you tomorrow? Only if I don't see you first. You make a cute little bow hunting motion. Huntress catches the imaginary arrow you shoot in her teeth, then bites down hard, snapping it in half. At least you think that's what she's doing. It's kind of hard to tell. Good night, my little snack. I'm sure that wasn't a reference to actually eating you. Y'all are getting free hydration today because I'm talking so much. You head over to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Huntress's story of the half-human beast that abducted all those innocent children, an attempt to save them that led to their doom. Are you a mistaken prisoner here on this island? Is this your salvation? Or will it be your demise? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive. Their now familiar creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing like that to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're gonna make you comfortable or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease? Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. Here we go, minigame. As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide you might adjust the dial and fix it. Oh god, what am I trying to get? 96. That's the best radio station on in my town.
It means two major things. First of all, the community is you out there. It's you and everybody else either playing the game or talking about the game or creating content relating to the game or being inspired by the game to write music or to...
That's spooky. I'll turn it off. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon by your side as you lay by the fire? You know it's gonna be Huntress. Huntress, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Huntress appears in an instant. Really didn't hear her coming. She's more than happy to tell you her secret for falling asleep when she's feeling restless. It's tea! If a Soviet lullaby doesn't work, this special mushroom tea has always done the trick. When I'm not coating the blade of my hatchet in it to ease the passing of my victims, I'm steeping it in a piping hot mug of water. Try it. You do. You finally start to feel sleepy. Except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to open your eyes. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky by now. You've had a whole day of strange voices in your head. But this one is still undeniably odd. Really worked up a sweat watching those killers toss the ball around, huh? Would it have hurt so much to go splash around in some cool ocean waves afterwards? I'm just saying. I'm out here, you know. You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Trapper is sitting beside you, sketching a portrait. Oh, you're awake. I saw you with Huntress right before bedtime. You should know they are not what they seem. Not like me, who is obviously completely honest and trustworthy. I was out checking to make sure you weren't sleeping near one of my... Actually, never mind. Just be careful where you sit. But since I'm here, I'd like to share two things with you. One, I do not take rejection well. Two, first thing is very important to remember. Are you drawing me? Trapper doesn't answer. You aren't drawing stink lines radiating out from me, are you? Still nothing. Look, I'm not an easy guy to get along with, but I am an easy guy to spend time with. That will make sense if you choose to spend time with me tomorrow. The rest of this scum live like rats. They wouldn't know a good time if I bit them on the ass. I mean that literally. Point is, if you select me, you're in for a day of luxury, extravagance, and fun. Yes, I said fun. And if I don't pick you, remember what I said earlier, or it might be the last thing you ever forget. But hey, you look tired. Get some rest. Sleep. Maybe even sleep well if you can. Just try not to roll over to the about 15 feet to your left. Finally alone. For real this time. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Wait a second, where are we? This is... Oh, jeez, it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to camera. I think today went really well. These were some of my first interactions with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. So I'm counting today as a win, no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say... Oh, I do? Attractive, mysterious... I really don't know that many other words, since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk, and I had to wash her entrails off my Seraphim. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time. Major buzzkill. And Trapper, oof. Where do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human. I'm as fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. This is weird. I don't care enough to kill this person, but if anyone else wants to, I don't care enough to stop them. Might just have to kill Dwight to feel anything again. I'm not really sure how to feel about Dicey. On one hand, everyone I've ever cared about has met an awful fate, so it's probably good for Dicey if they keep ignoring me. There's something about that maybe could work for my plan. For me. I know everyone thinks of me as the beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and throw me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help? I survived the first day. We did it. You open your eyes. The sun is shining. There's not a cloud in the sky. You feel great. Totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact you fell asleep by the campfire, but woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why, I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I didn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make for a sexy bunch, no? And talk about sexy. Here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Morning, beautiful. Thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start this incredible day off right. Ugh. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows musicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today's an important one. My only regret is I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I am just swamped with engagements, especially on Other Island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now is the... Never mind, he left. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... No, wait, don't drink that! What the hell was that? They don't call him Trickster because he's good on a skateboard. And he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee, and I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, or torturing you. Yeah. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise, the type of place you give a 5 out of 5, 10 to 10, 2 thumbs up review to, not an eternal prison of pain. Please make sure to leave a review. It really helps with the algorithms. Just trust me, I'm looking out for you. Can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land, I submerge those who defy me, and I become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something. Something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, and I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, thumbs up review. If it was crafted with love and/or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, Ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on the artist's intent. And whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there are small bugs or inconsistencies. That's the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated and the universe is filled with mysteries. We ought to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of the creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not to be overly critical of them. Are you trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say it like that, especially after I saved you from that poorly made cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. Even if they do make some great points. Oh, sure, they make great points, I agree. Can we please move on? Of course, apologies. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yeah, I've been having... Yes, I'm not suspicious there's no option. If I were to summarize my time here, I'd call it a lovely time. Lovely, we love to hear that, because isn't that what this place is about? Finding love. No. Shut up, Dwight, you'll get us killed again and again and again. We do need to ask you one more question, though. We all had to sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. Would you please sign this non-disparagement agreement? Yes. I would hereby agree to participate in a verbal contract saying I, Dicey, will never say anything negative about my stay here on this island. Perfect. Delightful. Excellent. Yes, yes. Hey, Dicey. It's still totally cool if you have constructive feedback. The place to leave that is in a positive review, because we all know that nobody reads the negative reviews of games, resorts like this. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance. With the grumbling I hear from your belly, that can only mean one thing. Breakfast. So, I think I will save. Yeah. And we'll call it a stream for now. It's really a short one, relatively, but we will continue to play this, because I am having fun with it. But it has been a very long day. And I do have other things I would like to do tonight. So, thank you to everyone who came out and said hi. I will be streaming again tomorrow. I will either be streaming this, or I will be streaming another game. Either way, I will come back to this. I just don't know exactly when. I may end up streaming another game called Cult of the Lamb that's apparently super popular right now. Yeah, thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming to say hi. Enjoy your night. See you tomorrow.